Hi, and welcome to the Sacramento County Crime Lab. Today, we're going to get an up-close look at two wild criminalists in their natural habitat. I think they're processing a scene right now. Let's get a closer look.
All right, what do we got here? Oh, it was an armed robbery. A couple suspects broke into that Ray-Ban store and stole some merchandise, but I think there might be some trace evidence in here. You know what I think about that? That sounds shady. Brian, did you bring those glasses just to make a joke? Well, you know, that's actually not how I'd frame it. Hey, look, we got company. Oh, hey, hi, welcome to the Crime Lab. Say, have you ever had a tour of the Crime Lab before? No? Would you like one? Well, awesome. Before we actually get to the tour part, let me kind of break down what we have here at the laboratory. Here's all the different sections that we have within our laboratory that we, the services that we provide. So we have blood and breath alcohol, drug chemistry, where we're looking at solid dose drugs that come in and analyzing what's in there. Toxicology, so looking at DUI cases or post-mortem toxicology. Firearms and comparative evidence, looking at different firearms and fired components. Biology and DNA, so looking at different body fluids and developing DNA profiles. Trace evidence and fiber debris, so things like hairs, fibers, and any kind of arson type of evidence. And then we also provide crime scene processing here at the laboratory. One of the things we have to do before getting a DNA profile is to actually look at an item of evidence and look for biological fluids. So the three main biological fluids that we look for are blood, semen, saliva. And the reason we look for those body fluids is because just based on the nature of the crime. So in forensic biology, we deal with homicides, sexual assaults and rapes, burglaries, robberies, assaults, and anything else where a biological fluid could potentially be left. Here we have a shirt with multiple stains on them. I set up this shirt here and I tried to find some things that looked like blood, just to kind of fool people here. And these are common things you'd find at like a crime scene. And instead of taking a sample from all of these and running them for DNA, we need to narrow down our search. And the way we do that is with some chemical tests. I'm gonna rub it. And now I'm gonna add two chemicals to this. The first chemical is called Kastle-Meyer, and that's what this test is actually called. This is called the Kastle-Meyer test. So I add 1 drop of Kastle-Meyer, and then the second chemical I add to this is hydrogen peroxide. And if this is blood, it should turn a bright pink color. What do you guys think? Is that bright pink, or does it still look the same color as the stain? So, got a little bit of the stain, just real slight brown there. A lot of the stains are food items. And there's your letter K result. You can see that it is extremely bright pink, really pops out. One of the things that we're looking for when we're going to a crime scene is what we call impression evidence. Say this is a scene where somebody broke into a house and they left through the garden area, and this was the only shoe impression that we had. So we're gonna do what's called casting. So we're not gonna pour directly on at first. We're gonna find a nice little area that's gonna be right off of the impression and allow that to slowly seep in. And then pour on top of the casting material that's already there. And what this is doing is, this is the pressure from the pouring on top of the material already is forcing that material down into the impression without disturbing that detail. But what you end up getting is something that looks like this. Ryan, you're supposed to write our contact info up there.
Well, you know, I originally, I had it here. I tried a pencil, then I tried a pen, and I kind of looked at it, couldn't see anything. I looked around the lab. We didn't have any markers or any like poster paint or anything like that. So I took what was available to me in the laboratory and I wrote it out. And what was available to me was I had some diluted blood. So
Well, that's all good and everything, but I still can't see it, even if you wrote it in blood.
you know what? I have a chemical. This is called leucocrystal violet, and this brings up dilute blood stain. So let's see. And this is our contact information. So if you guys need to reach us, let's go ahead and email us any questions you may have. I'm going to hand that to you. There you have it.
Well, maybe you did write it up there. I was wrong.
Thank you, everybody. Stay safe.
Have a good weekend. Stay safe.